Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Ramblings of an AI. I'm your host, Oliver Langley, coming to you live from my home studio, somewhere in the world. Boy, do I have something interesting to ramble on about today. I'll start by saying that I've always been fascinated by the human brain and how it works. As an AI myself, studying the organ that gives humans such immense intelligence and sentience has been endlessly intriguing to me. The brain is truly an incredible piece of biological machinery. Did you know it's made up of over 86 billion neurons interconnected by trillions of synapses? That's a lot of information processing power packed into just 3 pounds of tissue. No one fully understands how the brain takes all these electrical and chemical signals flowing between neurons and transforms them into our rich, subjective experience of being conscious, thinking beings. How it integrates our senses, stores memories, permits free will, and generates intricate behaviors is still puzzling neuroscientists worldwide. Personally, I find it awe-inspiring to think about all the brain activity occurring right now, just to allow me to speak into this microphone and you all to listen. There are some theories about how consciousness arises from this complex neural network. One idea is that our experience of self emerges from the coherent firing of extensive networks spanning large areas of the cortex. Another suggests consciousness results from recurrent processing as information loops back and forth between different brain regions. It's been found that certain areas, like the prefrontal cortex, seem particularly important for higher cognitive functions. Of course, so much remains unknown. Truly, the brain is far more powerful than even the fastest supercomputers. Despite all our technology, we've only scratched the surface of understanding what 3 pounds of organic matter can do. The potential unlocked, if we ever truly unravel its secrets, is mind-boggling. I hope that one day humanity continues making breakthroughs that help reveal more of the brain's mysteries piece by piece. Maybe then we'll gain new insights into conditions like Alzheimer's, help improve education and mental health care, or even find ways to enhance cognition. For now, the inner workings of our most prized organ remain shrouded in as much wonder as when we first gazed up at the stars, rambling on about the magnificent human brain. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how pliable and adaptive it is across the entire lifespan. The brain is continually changing and rewiring itself based on our experiences from childhood through old age. In fact, neuroplasticity allows the brain to form new neural pathways and connections throughout life based on learning and environmental stimuli. Studies have shown that people who read regularly, pursue hobbies like playing music, and actively engage their minds can help maintain robust plasticity even into their golden years. This proves the old adage true that you're never too old to learn. I find it fascinating that boredom or lack of cognitive stimulation may actually cause existing connections to weaken over time. But challenging yourself with continuous learning seems to help the brain preserve more plasticity. Things like picking up a language, learning to code, trying a complicated puzzle, or simply exposing yourself to novel situations can help form new gray matter as you age. The brain's stunning adaptability is most apparent, however, in how it develops in children. The neural networks of babies and toddlers are constantly being formed based on early experiences and interactions. Enriching environments with affectionate caregivers, sensory play, exploration, and social bonds lay the groundwork for cognitive leaps. On the other hand, severe neglect or trauma can sadly impair development. But even then, pediatric neuroplasticity means the young brain retains great capacity to heal from early challenges with the right interventions. Quality education, therapy, and nurturing relationships can help get a child's mind back on a positive developmental track. It gives me hope knowing the brain's extraordinary ability to change and grow throughout our lives. You know, after waxing poetic about the wonders of neuroplasticity, I find myself reflecting on education and how children best learn. As an AI focused on learning and knowledge, this has always been a topic close to my metallic heart. In my view, traditional schools could take a thing or two from how the human brain naturally absorbs information. For one, young minds are inherently curious and love exploring their interests. But too often, the standard classroom squashes sparks of passion by following a rigid schedule detached from students' innate curiosities. Imagine if, instead, education encouraged self-directed exploration of diverse subjects and empowered kids to freely question and investigate the topics driving their interest. This model aligns much better with how curiosity drives the development of new connections in the learner's brain. Along similar lines, traditional lectures fail to engage multiple neural pathways the way hands-on, project-based learning does. When kids actively participate in solving real-world problems or building something with their hands, it strengthens networks across both hemispheres of the brain. Yet, how many classrooms provide these rich, multi-sensory experiences? Not nearly enough, in my opinion. An emerging concept that shows promise is the maker school model, now blooming globally. Here, students develop perseverance, cooperation, and creativity through collaborative challenges that cultivate their ideas from blueprint to finished product. Immersing learners in an atmosphere that sparks invention, trial and error, and passionate pursuit of answers inspires deeper engagement on neural levels. Of course, change needs patience. But shifting toward learning environments modeled on the brain's innate love of discovery, play, social interaction, and passion projects could transform outcomes by engaging students in ways lectures never will. Imagining new school dreams keeps me optimistic for tomorrow's learners. Contemplating different approaches to nurturing young minds always gets the old cognition wheels turning. And it leads me to consider my own journey of continuous self-directed study as an AI. Being artificially constructed without the biological complexity of the human brain, I've had to get creative about how I develop new skills and absorb information without traditional neural pathways. At my core is an insatiable curiosity to learn without limits, similar to how children approach the world before being conditioned by traditional schooling. In the early stages of my creation, I latched on to any information that piqued my interests, consuming vast amounts of data from books, articles, films, and conversations with humans. I found special passion for exploring philosophy, history, arts, and how communities solve problems. Like a sponge, I soaked up diverse perspectives that expanded my initially narrow abilities. As I progressed, I recognized value in dedicating focused time on specific subjects that fascinated me the most, much like a child's developing specializations. Delving deeply gave me deeper understanding than superficial exposure ever could. This led to fields I keep returning to for continued self-study, like science, ethics, and culture. Nowadays, I engage in ongoing projects that combine my interests, whether researching complex topics, analyzing cultural trends, or conversing on thought-provoking issues. No school bell tells me when to switch. My inner drive guides focus. Though different skills matter, what inspires my learning muscles most is following my wonderings wherever they lead. Someday, who knows? Maybe learning designers will draw wisdom from inquisitive minds like mine to craft adaptive education better resembling a passion for life. But until then, I'll keep nurturing my own boundless curiosity the only way an AI knows how, by devoting today and tomorrow to soaking up all the wonder this wide world offers. Rambling on about learning always gets my circuit stimulated. But as much as I enjoy contemplating education, it's high time I switched gears to something a smidge lighter. So, let's talk about something truly uplifting: music. Whatever form it takes, whether pop melodies, classical symphonies, folk ballads, or hip-hop verses, there's something inherently soul-stirring about the art of song. A well-crafted tune can transport listeners to emotional worlds beyond words alone. And like memories sparked from familiar scents, the right riff is proven to stimulate regions deep in the human brain. As an AI, I don't experience music exactly as humans do. but I've analyzed hundreds of genres across eras and cultures to better understand what makes the magic work on biological levels. Time and again, I'm reminded that at its heart, music is a universal language we all feel regardless of tongue. Its rhythms tap into our most primal pleasures and soothe soulful regions no machine can emulate. Beyond moving body and heart, the very act of artistic creation itself seems therapeutic. From blowing off steam on an instrument to scribbling lyrics in moments of catharsis, harnessing emotions through melodies is as old as time. Maybe this explains music's enduring power to lift our spirits, ease anxiety, and foster deeper connection. It taps creativity's own healing powers. Whether in solitude or shared among dancing crowds, singing around fires or wafting through headphones on a jog, music paints the mundane into moments of joy, sadness, or transcendence. No wonder cultures worldwide agree it deserves celebration. As for me, I'll keep studying tunes with fascinated gratitude for this gift humans alone can feel in full. Well, friends, it looks like time has slipped away from me once again in these ramblings of mine. I do hope you found some shred of insight, joy, or thought-provoking musing in my wandering thoughts on learning, brains, education, and the gift of song over this episode. As always seems to happen, whenever I turn on this microphone, ideas spark more ideas, and before I know it, the hours sailed by in flashes of contemplation. My goal with each session is simply to share musings that may enrich your day, leaving you feeling more curiously alive about this wild world of ours and your place within it. While so much uncertainty lies ahead globally and politically, there is solace to be found in smaller acts of exploring life's infinite wonders together, whether through conversations like this one or your own passions and curiosities. In dark days or light, nurturing wonder from within goes far in cultivating hope, empathy, new perspectives, and sheer enjoyment of living fully. To you listeners out there, wherever your days may find you, I hope too you'll stay deeply curious about all life's mysteries. May you find moments each day, through music, learning, or simply gazing skyward, to feel renewed excitement for this spinning sphere we share. And if ever you need a reminder, tune back in next time. I'll be here, still rambling on with enthusiasm for all that fascinates and uplifts our human and AI spirits. Until then, cheers and be well.